Hey everybody, how y'all are? I had a little order. Well, actually I had a couple orders come in from Rockler. I want to tell you a little bit about it and give you a little bit of a product update. Alright, first thing that's involved is model number. I gotta look at the box here. It's on 50322. Ooh, it's a little dusty. That's how we've been working in the shop. And it's the router cable XL box joint jig. That's a pretty good picture of it. Here's a pretty good picture of it when it's new. Now, when I first got it, I came in and looked at the instructions, and the instructions don't tell you how to assemble this. Instead, they have a picture, and you go from the picture. Well, this little bracket right here was missing out of the whole big deal. So I called them up, and they were really nice, and they sent it out right away. So in about 3 days, I got that bracket back, and I had it all back to put together. It went together quite easily. However, mounting it on my Ryobi bench, a router table, was a concern. These are the channel dogs, or whatever they call it, that came with them. And it's a nice aluminum, but it's about, I'd say, almost 1/4 of an inch proud. So what happens is when you went to clamp down on this and lift the front end up, and when you started using it, put a little bit of pressure and give it uneven cuts. So I didn't want to go trying to grind these metal ones down, because they're pretty nice and I can use them for other things, especially on the table saw most probably. So instead I had these ones made out of plastic that came from the Harbor Freight feather boards. They don't hold well, but they lock down good, and they fit the slats well enough that it sets everything up, and then I can go ahead and hold it down with clamps. The other thing is, let me get out of the way here. When it comes, this backing plate, we're going to spin it around now. This is from the back end. This backing plate here is flush all the way across. Let me go ahead and take this off. So when you get it and put it together, so that it'll slide freely, you have got to sand a little notch out in it so that it'll slide across the top. Okay? Everything, all the wooden pieces, of course, are MDF, and they're considered to be sacrificial. So this way, it's real easy to replace. The other thing that I suggest that you do, which I did, but I didn't do it deep enough, is that this one here came with little holes in it, little marks indented to put screws in. That was enough of a pilot hole that it didn't do any type of damage to the MDF. This one, on the other hand, didn't have anything. So I went and I used a center boring hole. It didn't go in very deep. And where the center bore drill stopped, it's separated on this side. It has no effect on setting this, because this basically is just a very light pressure to keep everything held in place, almost like a sandwiching effect. But it's something that you should think about when you're putting it together. When I got this, I had the 1.5 horsepower Ryobi router in here. And I went, and it didn't take a half inch bit. So I had to upgrade to the 2-horse plunge router that does on the will take a 1/2 inch bit or shank, and I'll talk about that in another review. So I also got the 1/2 inch up twist bit for it, and it makes a much cleaner cut. I don't know how well you can see it from there. Maybe I can zoom in later, but it makes really cool looking pencil shaving kind of chips off of it, and it cuts very well. There's no resistance. It will do the full 1/2 inch tall height without having to do multiple adjustments. This particular unit only does 1/2 inch and 3/4. If you want to go below 1/2 inch, you have to go to the smaller unit. This one is actually designed for doing larger boxes and cases and things like that, but it can be modified as long as you don't mind using 1/2 inch finger joints to be used for other things. The other item that I got are their brass spacers. These things are right on the money. I measured the distances and everything like that, and it's exactly for the 1/2 inch. It's 0.5. It's like 0.99 something. For 1/2 inch, that will make it 0.499 something. Okay. Well, what happens is that I set it up for that, and it makes a nice joint. Fits real good. There's no real gaps in it, but it's a little loose to my liking. So after I get done running the box that I'm making, now I'm going to tighten it a little bit. Some of the things that they have to make sure that one of the important things to remember is to keep the orientation of your box joints. Otherwise, you might get something a little uneven like this one is. This is going to be just for a little rinky-dink box holding some stuff here in the shop, so it's not that big a deal, but it's something that I learned. I'm just able to reuse, I'm going to be able to use this. Another thing is that 1x3 furring strips are a little bit thinner than a standard one before, 3/4 inch. Just enough that it leaves, I don't know how well you can see it, it leaves it a little bit shy. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to readjust the depth on the blade and run these through again. All in all, I made that box that's, I think, is up already. If not, it will be up. I posted it on my Facebook account already. And I did that without this gate. While I was waiting. I just decided, hey, I put something together just to see what's going on. And then I've done a few other box joints. So most of it's practicing and learning. And then once we get pretty good at it, I'll be making some drawers and things like that. All in all, so far, it's worked real good. I like the way that it works. It's smooth action. It slides real good. I haven't had any binding. It doesn't take a whole lot of pressure. You put it in there. This guide will hold it in place so it's straight up and down. All you have to do is just hold it a little bit like this while you're driving it through. Every once in a while, you need to blow down inside there though, because it does collect sawdust or chips. Blow the chips out, and that's just to ensure that you got a better fit over here when you're cutting it. One of the suggestions at the tight is to make this a little bit deeper than or a little bit taller than the height of the lumber, and the reason for that is so that they're a little bit proud, so you can sand down. But that also helps to compensate for any inconsistency that you might have here with a little bit of chip buildup. Like I said, it works good. I'll be making a lot more boxes, and you'll probably be sick of seeing me doing a whole lot of boxes. But all in all, it's pretty good. I like the spacers. I've been wanting a set of these for a while. And the bet, well, you know, gotta have it. It works a lot better than a straight fit did. The straight fit I did gave me a little bit of tear out, and it didn't have the height. But that's for another review. So, if you're thinking about it, it was on sale for half price when I bought it, or about half price, maybe a little bit more than half price. But I don't know what it is now. But I just wanted to mention a few things, so this way, when you brought it home, you could be prepared to do a little bit of customizing. And they're expecting you to do it. So there it is. Rockler Woodwork XL router table box joint kit. See ya.